Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be going over the top 5 off-road recovery gear and equipment that you should have off-roading. And a lot of this is from my personal experience and not listening to other people what I should get. And I quickly learned what I need by having people getting stuck and running into issues on the off-road trail. So I'm going to go over those today with you guys. For number 5 on my list, I'm gonna put my traction boards as number 5. These ones are from Bunker Industries, and I've had these for, we're probably getting closer to 2 years now, year and a half probably. And these have got us out of some sticky situations. I'm gonna place some of these on the screen. This one right here is when we went up in Garf Ranch and Gabe, we got a little carried away with the snow, and we got high centered basically in the hot slushy snow since this was in the spring. We probably would have been even more screwed if we didn't have any traction boards, and luckily me and Gabe both had traction boards and that helped us out a bit. So, and a couple other instances like Ben getting high centered right here, we need some traction boards to get him out, and there's been a couple other situations. So I got these Bunker Industry ones because Max Tracks are very expensive, and I'm sure you guys know that if you've researched them at all. The full-size Max Tracks can be north of $200. That was a little out of my budget since I'm new to off-roading and I don't want to put that much money right into it. And you know it's a necessary thing, so that's why I went with the Bunker Industries. And these were about $85 when I bought them. And by the way, I'll have the links to all of these products down in the description below so you can easily access everything, but I would put these as number 5. For number 4, you're gonna need a tow strap of some sort. This one right here is from Rhino USA. I'm pretty sure this is their 30 foot, 20 or 30 foot, I don't remember exactly. Again, it's in my description, the exact one I purchased. Oh, it says, working load is 10,000 pound and the minimum brake strength is a 30,000 pound rating. So this one, Rhino USA is a really great brand. I have a bunch of their gear. And I wanted to get a solid static rope because before, and I still keep this one just in case, I had this little off-brand skinny rope and it got the job done. I've pulled out many people with this rope and I've yet to use this Rhino one, but this thing is much thicker. It's a main brand and it's nice to have that peace of mind. And I've had plenty of instances that I'll play on screen, like right here. Hudson drove off the road, got sidetracked and ran into this ditch here. We had to pull him out somehow. If we didn't have a rope, traction boards were not gonna do the job there due to the situation and the angle he was at. So you needed a rope right there. And if we didn't have that static rope, which was still my off-brand one, which shows that you don't need the insane ones, even though this Rhino USA is a great one. You can use those cheaper ones, you can find them at Home Depot and they'll get the job done. I do want to note though, I'm going to continue this on number 4. I'm planning on buying a kinetic rope very soon. This is a purchase I've been waiting for. They're just a little more pricey and it's been a little harder to justify it, but I'm going to get it just for that peace of mind, because if you get stuck enough and you don't have the traction to use a static rope, those kinetic ropes that you just yank really hard and you can get basically anything unstuck. So I will be purchasing that in the near future, so just wanted to add that on here. And obviously you're not going to be able to tow if you don't have a shackle of some sort. So my first thing I got was these hard shackles. These are from Autmatch on Amazon. These will also be in my description. And this one is a 3/4 and it is high quality. And I've yanked out quite a few people with this in the snow, in the dirt, high centered, whatever. And we have an issue. And I have only used this from my hitch adapter. This is the kit. I got this in a combo from Autmatch, so they gave me this hitch receiver with the shackle, so that shackle goes right into the hitch here. And this thing is heavy, like that is not going to break at all. It is rated for 13,000 pounds. And like, I can't explain, but it's gotta be over 10 pounds. Like, it's a heavy piece of metal, and it comes with a locking pin so you can leave it in your hitch and not worry about people stealing it. So that's the first route, is the original hard shackles. But I recently got these from Bunker Industries, and I got a kit of 2 soft shackles right here. So I bought these because these are always great to use and they're trusted. There have been incidents where these shackles have broke. That's usually misuse of equipment, but I thought these soft shackles would be a great way to just be able to, you can tow from more places. Like if there's a really small recovery point on a vehicle, that shackle's not always gonna fit because you've got this limited metal piece. These you can kind of squish through it, and they're just as strong. And I just thought it would be nice to have 2 different ways to recover from. So that's why I picked those out for my gear. And for number 2, this might be a little more tailored towards camping and overlanding, but make sure to have some sort of backup battery or way to start your car if it dies, because it hasn't happened to me personally, but I always make sure I'm prepared. So the first thing, obviously I've got the classic jumper cables. I always have these in my car. You never know. It could die while I'm gone somewhere, and this is just an all-around safety tip with your car, is I always recommend just having a set of these with you because you don't want to be stuck with a dead car. But this is the thing that I really wanted to show. Uncharted Supply Co. And we have the Zeus Pro right here. So this is a battery bank. So it works as a charger. We've got a USB-C and a USB-A and a flashlight. So this works as a backup battery bank. But the main reason I have it is because it actually has these jumper cables. So if I am by myself and I have no one with me, like say I'm in the middle of the woods with no one with me and I'm camping by myself, I need some way to turn on my car if it dies. And this right here is what I'm going to use to do that. So this thing, you just plug on your battery. There's instructions in here, and that can get your car started, I think up to like 4 times, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it's just a great backup for everything. Like if I do need a charger for some reason, like I can charge my phone off that. Just a really safe way to be safe, and having both of these is a great way, because if this thing's dead and you've no way to charge it, you can always have someone else jump you, but it's nice to have the option between the two. And I feel like this is a really safety thing that most people overlook. And for number 1, this is what I most recently learned. Tools. Please have tools when you go off-roading and camping. I learned this back at 5 Mile Pass, and I'll put that up top there. I didn't have a tool set, and nor did any of my friends, really. We had a tiny little ratchet set, and when William broke that diff, we were screwed. So right after that, I went to Home Depot and purchased this 94-piece mechanics tool set. It was on sale. Even if it's not on sale, still worth it, because if you run into an issue on the trail, trust me, it's not gonna be fun. So we've got plenty of tools in here. We've got a mini ratchet, a bigger ratchet, a bunch of deep dish sockets, some small sockets. We've got a screwdriver, we have an adapter, we've got Allen wrenches, and a bunch of bits to put on the screwdriver. And along with this, I got these this winter, but I always carry with me a drill and impact drill, because you might need some power tools. So I'll just take out my impact here, It's just a rigid, I'm looking at getting a bigger one so that I can have a bigger drive on the end of this, but for now, this is good enough. I can run all of these because I have an adapter for the drill, and you never know, you might need that drill power in the future if you run into an issue on the trail. And like, the thing is, people always think, oh, I'm not driving hard enough to run into an issue on the trail. I mean, yeah, sure, that's partly true, but we went on a trail that we knew we could easily do when we went to 5 Mile Pass with William. One little thing went wrong, and that caused an issue, and that became very stressful if we didn't have the proper way to get out of there. Luckily, we found a guy nearby, but if you are somewhere farther out and there's no one there to help you, or none of your friends have tools, that's an issue. That's why I put tools as number 1. This should have been my first purchase, I'm gonna be honest. I should have gotten tools as my first thing. So, go to Home Depot or Ace Hardware or Lowe's and get yourself a tool set so that you can work on your car. So, after watching this video, go get yourself some gear, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy. I started out with a rope and traction boards and shackle. And as I grew, I learned that I should have a backup way to charge my car, some tools, and a couple other things that I didn't even show. I'll have all these listed down in my description below so you can go look at them on Amazon for yourself. And I thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next time.